Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I wanted to talk about why I like doing Uber, because I've been in the past making a lot of Uber videos that have been showing a lot of negative stuff. So I wanted to kind of like change that up a bit and actually talk about the positives, because we don't talk about the positives that much in a lot of things in life. So I figured I'd change this up. The main thing I really love about doing Uber is that I literally have my own schedule that I can create. You can turn on the app and you can turn it off whenever the hell you want. So you literally are not timed down to a schedule. So you don't have to work like, let's say, for example, in a normal job, you're working 40-hour weeks and you have to be there at that time. So it has to be from 9 to 5. And then if you, let's say, something happened in life, which happens all the time, where somebody gets sick, you get sick, something happens that you have to actually go and do something else. A lot of times it's hard to call out of work because your boss would either get pissed at you that you're calling out too much, or they just don't have the coverage, period. So the best thing about doing Uber is that you can just do it whenever the hell you want. You know, you're literally in charge of your own schedule, which makes you more your own boss, which is really nice. And the thing that I really like about this is that since I can work any schedule I want, I can literally create my own hours. I have more opportunities to kind of do extra things on the side. Like, let's say, for example, I do eBay on the side, which I'm planning to get more serious in. And I'm going to be doing videos on that as well in the future once I start really getting deep into it. But eBay's pretty cool, so you can make an extra, $100, $200, whatever. It's endless how much money you can make with that. The same thing with Uber. You can make an endless amount of money. When I look at a 9 to 5 kind of job, you're set to your pay range. So it's usually like the $10 to $15 an hour, or maybe more if you're lucky. But a lot of times, like, that's the only pay you're gonna get. So let's say if you worked 40 hours that week and you only landed up getting, like, I remember from when I used to work at Disney, I was working at the call center at Disney. Very high stress job, very demanding, and they really didn't give you any time off ever. Like, you have your set time off for the year. So basically with that job, I had I don't know, it was probably like 40 to 80 hours that I could take off for the entire year, okay? For the entire year. So that means if I went through that time and I wasted the 40 to 80 hours, then that's it. I'm screwed. I can't do anything else. And I just got a delivery. Where's that going? $3, but I'll take it because it's early in the morning right now, so why not? See, the thing with that job, it was very high stress. So I was already hating it because I was so stressed out. But then on top of that, if you decided to take any kind of personal time off, you're cutting into that time that it's allotted for the entire year. So God forbid something goes wrong when you ran out of your hours, which I did. I ended up running out of my hours pretty fast at that job. And I was stuck. I had to be chained to that desk, and I really fucking hated it. This is why I make these kind of videos for you guys. That way you can see what this is like, so it can give you an extra opportunity of something else you can do besides working a 9 to 5 job. Because if you really, really, truly hate your 9 to 5 job, quit the fucking thing. There are other things you can be doing. You could either be chasing something that's more your interest, or you could do Uber. Like, I've seen so many kids in college and stuff that are like working 3 hours in their job, like 10 to 15 hours, and they're complaining about, like, oh man, I never have time for anything. I gotta work my 15-hour job. Like, who the fuck works 15 hours? But it's so crazy that you would even get an actual job for 15 hours when you can just do Uber. Like, literally, you can do Uber for 15 hours and probably make more money than you would at that job anyway. So, I mean, I understand that everybody doesn't have a car, and that's understandable. But, I mean, I feel like a car is a really good investment, especially if you're going to be, like, in Florida, where I am right now. You need a car out here. Because if you don't have a car, you have to take, like, 16 buses just to get down the block. Like, it's so ridiculous how many buses you got to take just to get around out here. So it's really impractical. Anyway, so going back to, like, the freedom with Uber and the kind of money that you make, I've had a lot of days where I would work for like 4 to 6 hours and end up making my goal for the day. And my goal for the day is always $100. I try to go higher than $100 if I can. Today, for example, is going to be a really long day for me. I started working when my fiance started working at her job, which was at it was about 8 o'clock this morning. It's 8:30 right now in the morning. And I'm going to be working all the way up until about 10 p.m. tonight. So it's going to be a long-ass shift. I'm going to be out all fucking day. And, the really nice thing about having this kind of opportunity to go over your time, so you don't have to worry about overtime or anything. I mean, that's the only downside. You don't get paid for overtime. You're still getting paid the same rate that you would always get. But the opportunity for the extra money is nice because let's say last week, if I only made $300 for the whole week and I was chilling because I wanted to take some days off or whatever, then I could have done that. And then this week I could end up making $1,000 this week because I'll bust my ass for the entire week. So you can basically gauge it however you want. And that's the cool thing about it. You can kind of just work however you want at your own pace. Another really cool thing about all this is that since you don't have to be really chained to working at a specific place, you have the opportunity to kind of explore a little bit more, especially if you're into photography or if you're into doing video or anything like that has to do with some creative stuff. It's nice to be able to see different scenery and to be able to travel wherever the hell you want. At a moment's notice, if let's say my fiance decided, hey, let's go to New York, I can start doing Uber in New York and I can just fucking do it over there, whatever. So it's cool that I can be able to do, this job wherever the hell I go. It doesn't really matter unless there's some kind of ban up there with Uber, then it's different. But I haven't really heard of anything like that, so it's cool that I can literally work from wherever I want. But yeah, this is pretty much the benefits to working Uber. I only do Uber Eats. So I say the word Uber and I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, driving people. Because that's usually what a lot of people's minds go to whenever I say I'm a Uber driver. They automatically assume I drive people around, like I'm a taxi. And I've never done that. I've been doing this for a year now, and I've been pretty happy with it. I really like the freedom. I'm able to do what I'm doing right now, which is making a YouTube video. And it's nice to be able to have your own schedule and do your own thing. Since you are your own boss, you really have to be, there's a word for it. I'm trying to find it in, anyway, you have to be able to get yourself out of bed and do it. If you're not going to do that, if you're not going to push yourself to work the job, then you're not going to make money at all. And that's the thing that you really have to understand is that if you don't push yourself, you're not going to do anything. And if you at least try to work a 40-hour schedule for a week, you can make some pretty decent money. A lot of times I'll work 40 hours and I'll come out with $500 and sometimes even more, like $550 or something like that. That's a usual average. I'll make $5 to $550 for working a 40-hour week. Last week was pretty shitty. I worked a 40-hour week and I only made $390 or something. So I was close to $400. So that's something that you kind of gotta understand is that it's not gonna be always super consistent. So if you made good money one day, it doesn't mean you're going to make good money the next day. So that's why you always want to try to have yourself open so that you can be able to do as much hours as you possibly can. I've gotten to the mindset where I have to work every single day, at least starting at 11 a.m. and working until about 8 to 9 p.m. So that's my thing. I like to do my live streams at night on YouTube and Twitch and everything, so related to gaming. And I start that at 9 p.m. So usually what I'll do is I'll work the entire day from the morning. So now I've gotten to the habit, I'll work literally from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way till 8 at night. So I'll work like a 12-hour shift basically. And then I'll go home and do my YouTube. So I've gotten into that habit of I just need to hustle. I need to fucking work hard. I need to make my money so I can pay my bills. And then I'll go and do my side thing, which is YouTube. And that's the beauty of all this, is that you have more time to be able to do all these things, especially if you're living with your parents and if you have roommates that you're splitting the bills with, it makes it a lot easier on you, so you don't have to be worrying about making so much money. You can kind of live low and just kind of like use let's say work 6 hours a day and then go right to your side hustle, which is a beautiful thing. I really encourage you guys to do that. I wasted a lot of time in my life where I didn't do that. I was just kind of eating shit, playing video games, hanging out with friends, like just bullshitting. And that's something that you really, I know not everybody's gonna do that. Not everybody's gonna try to like figure out a hustle that they want to do, but it's really important to start like working on yourself and trying to, you know, build upon something that you really want to do in the future, like something like your dream, basically, like your dream. You gotta work on your dream. So the only way to do that is to work it on the side, you know what I mean, and try to put as much investment into that as you can, your normal life, which is your job and paying bills. So yeah, anyway, Uber makes it really easy for you to do that, and that's why I really like it a lot. But anyway, if you have a comment for me, leave a comment below. If you have any questions or anything, hit that thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, later guys.